Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Big Brother 19 season finale recap rant. Let's do it. The scene opened up with right away with the battle of the nitwits. Now, nitwits is a loving term. You know, there's Christmas, Josh, and Paul. There was the final three contestants. Paul, who's been, lying and stabbing his way to the top. Josh, who's been crying his way to the top. And Christmas has been hopping her way to the top. So the competition is an endurance test. Who can hold on to a rope the longest? They're spraying smoke and stuff in their face. It's just whoever can hang on the longest. But while they're doing the test, they shoot back to some of their diary scenes and what happened previously in the week. And Paul manages to convince Josh that if we win, we should take each other, because if we lose, because if we don't, Christmas will be both of us because she's the most liked. I bet you, there he is playing game all day long. No breaks. Game. They flash back. They're still hanging on. Christmas is getting a little weaker. Finally, and she really did try. One foot and all. She tried to hold on. But, things happen. Boom. She falls down. Guess who's left standing? Your boy, Paul. So he's ecstatic. And so he goes to the, after they hug and everything, and then they put the cameras on him, and he was just like, I can't believe that I'm going to be in the final two. And he's really happy. He said he was going to pay off some bills for his parents and then spread friendship. Okay, well, all right, whatever. If that's what you want to do with your money, listen, I just think that at this point, I'm thinking Paul and Josh are going to be the final two, because there's just no way Christmas can compete. No offense. So Paul won round one, and the next round was they asked a question, you had to figure out the answer, and then you had to shoot down these little carton figures of the housemates, and you have to leave the correct answer standing. Okay, so, and they used this, almost like a bow and arrow type thing to hit the little cardboard figurines down. Well, listen, this competition, in my opinion, okay, that's just my opinion, was kind of favored to help Christmas, okay, because you just stand there and then, you hit them, and if you're wrong, you will get it. But she still messed it up. It's really, really hard to go up and down a set of stairs, pick up the missed pieces, go back up, reload, and shoot again. It just was very hard for her. And I feel like I'm a strong believer that she shouldn't have been there in the first place. I really, 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 really believe they should have brought her back in another season. Not this season, but okay, so she's here. She's final three. She ended up not winning. Josh won by, I believe, 5 points. He won by 5 points. So things are really heating up now. Christmas isn't winning anything. But behind her back, Paul is saying, if me or Josh takes Christmas to the final two, she will win it. And it's the absolute truth. It's just true, because she was quiet. She was under the radar. She let, dumb Josh do all the, dirty work and say all the dumb stuff and cause all the chaos. And she was really quiet. She just rode through safely. So then they shoot to the jury house, which was one of my favorite parts of the first hour. So they get to the jury house, and Dr. Will's asking who do they think is going to come through the door, and everyone yelled off their final things. Well, they all was greeted by Kevin before Dr. Will gets to sit in his chair and ask one question. Mark, goes into a manic rage on Raven. Now, he hates Raven and Matt. He's complaining about her calling herself the puppet master. Now, I kind of understand what he's talking about. Like, she just says, I don't want to say dumb things because that's really rude, and I'm not a rude person, so I'll go light. She just says really stupid things. Like, that makes no sense. She called herself the puppet master. And so Mark figures, I'm in the house now. I don't have to put up with her mess anymore. Why listen to her nonsense? And then he just tears into him. He was like, you didn't really have a strategy. It's kind of right, about that. All you guys did was play, love connection. Now, he didn't use that word, but that's what he's thinking. He told Matt how awful his game was, and Matt said, you're right, I didn't do much. I don't know what kind of defense that is, but, them two always amaze me anyway, so I'll just add that to the list. But he was going on and on. He could not control his anger. Dr. Will didn't even have a chance to sit down, but Dr. Will didn't stop it. He let Mark get it all out. So he finally gets it all out. Well, basically he was saying he didn't like their game, but I think he left a couple things out. I think he didn't like their game, but most of all, he didn't like their personalities. Like, he just can't stand Matt and Raven. I wonder why. Could it be Raven's stories? So finally, after Mark's sporadic outburst at Raven and Matt, finally, Dr. Will gets to sit down. Kevin sits down and he starts the interview. He asks Kevin, was he upset? Was he bitter? Kevin said, no, I think Paul is a great player. He listed the reason why. He said, because he managed to fool everybody. And he did. He really, really did. But then the only people that seem to be giving Paul any kind of compliment would be, at this point in the episode, would be Raven, Matt, Kevin. Those are the only people that kind of said that Paul had a good game, and they weren't upset about it. Now, Raven went overboard in her feelings for Paul. I mean, she was acting like a little pit bull. I mean, she was just like yelling at everybody. He did the best game. He was better than Josh. All Josh did was cry. Like, I mean, I've never seen her acting like that. It's a little crazy, right? She said that, then Dr. Paul says, well, what about Josh? Didn't Josh do a good game? And everyone said, well, he was a bit of a crybaby. Everybody said that. But, they would rather pick Josh than Paul, okay? This is what everyone's saying. Like, Cody's saying that, Elena's saying that, Mark's saying that, Alex and Jason are definitely saying that. So Dr. Will asked, Jason, are you bitter? And he said, yes, I'm bitter. I'm bitter, which is, ordinarily I would say that's a bad sport. It's a loser. And it's a sore loser. Like, you have to be happy, because that's what the game is, for the person that played the best game. And without a doubt, Paul played the best game. But everyone's mad at Paul. I don't personally, at this point, don't want Paul to win, but I cannot deny the fact that he played the best game. He really did. I mean, he was just, I shouldn't be mad at Paul. I should be mad at everybody else for being so dumb. Okay, I don't want to use that word. Just so, what's a nicer word than dumb? Stupid. They were just being so stupid and letting Paul slide to the end. So I really shouldn't be mad at Paul. Maybe he does deserve to win. I don't want to sound like Raven, though. And then they asked, what about Christmas game? What did you guys think of Christmas game? And Cody said, I look at her as the lucky cripple. He's very bitter. He's very bitter. Like, Cody, stop it. He was saying she got by because her foot was injured and nobody looked at her as a threat. And plus, she teamed up with the right person, which is Josh, because everybody couldn't stand Josh. There was like nobody could stand Paul, and then under Paul was Josh. No offense. So everyone agreed that Christmas got so far ahead because of her foot. And she rode under the radar. And she really did ride under the radar. I mean, And at the end of the day, she did have a good personality. I don't think she was putting on. I don't think she should have been in the house because she couldn't perform really good. They should have brought her back. But I think that no matter what her circumstances was, everyone just got along better with Christmas. You know, Josh was crying every 5 minutes and, you know, pounding pots and pans. And Paul was running around lying to everyone. You're supposed to lie, but he took it to the extreme. I mean, it was just, you know, sickening. But, you know, I'm not blaming Paul, right? I mean, yeah. So after Dr. Will tried to calm everyone down from stop being so bitter, stop being so emotional, and start thinking strategy and thinking who played the best game, they go back into the house. Now, I don't know if Dr. Will's questioning helped because Jason seemed extremely bitter. I mean, it almost wasn't a good look, but I can't say it because I like Jason, but you know, it's a game. You can't take it personally, Jason. I mean, here it is. You've been voted out weeks ago. You're still holding a grudge. But before everyone was trying to, then towards the end, everyone would start convincing everyone else of why you should vote for their guy. So it was Matt, Raven, and Kevin going for Paul, and then everyone else was going for Josh. And Raven said she didn't think Christmas' game was very good. She said because she had a broken foot. And, you know, it was good that she stayed in the game, and she knows what it feels like to be, you know, have a broken foot because she had 8 surgeries. She's at it again, people. She's at it again. I mean, she just says the most craziest thing at the most inappropriate time. I mean, it was almost over, and she had enough time to reveal another illness. You know, we had broken kneecap syndrome. There was broken kneecap. There was, you know, her mom was struck by like Raven. I mean, I wonder if all these things are really lies. I mean, the kneecap syndrome has to be a lie because did you see the cartwheel she did when she got evicted out of the house? She was really happy and she kicked her legs up. But you know, she just wanted everyone to know that Raven's game was Christmas game was okay. She did pretty good for broken foot because she knows how dangerous it is because she had 8 surgeries. Now let's get back to the rest of the game. So Josh ended up winning the final competition, which was bonkers because at the beginning of this game, I would have picked anybody else but Josh to be down to the final 3. Not to mention decide who he was gonna bring to the top 2. Like what? I would have never, you know, I feel bad, you know, because I used to call, you know, Josh a crybaby, you know, he was a little annoying at times, and the whole pots and pans thing was, you know, quite annoying. So I was just shocked that he even made it to the final 2. And I thought he was going to take Christmas because they had been tight from the very beginning. They promised each other final 2. And I thought he's never gonna believe Paul's ridiculous yet truthful explanation, which is if any of us took Christmas to the end, she would win. And I really do think she would win. But he didn't. He ended up picking Paul, okay? I felt bad for Christmas for 2 seconds. And then I had to remind myself, you know, she should come back and see this. She'll be okay. And so down to the final 2 was Josh and Paul. I mean, unbelievable, wasn't it? Unbelievable. So after Christmas comes out and joins the jury, everyone was surprised that Christmas was the one voted out. And even more surprised that when she came out, she talked to Julie first. She didn't seem bitter. This is why she would have won. She really had the best personality out of the 3. Out of Paul, Josh, and her. She had the best personality. She wasn't bitter. She wasn't acting like Jason, you know, threatening people's lives. You know how Jason was. I would say Jason had the most ridiculous exit. Him and Cody. But Cody had a reason. Not Jason. But she was very composed and, you know, and so then they brought in the other jury, the rest of the jury, and then they found out that Christmas was evicted, and they were kind of shocked because I'm sure everyone really thought it was going to be Josh. I just feel that way. Nobody said that. That's me right there. That's me. They really thought that Josh was going to be evicted. Like, who would have thought Joshua made it to final 2? So then they got a chance to go around and ask the questions. And, you know, at this point, everybody is still bitter. I mean, this is probably one of the most bitter jurors they've had in a long time. Usually, I have a favorite to the very end. But not so much this big brother. My feelings kept jumping around to anybody but Paul. But then when I sat down and talked to myself, I was like, he's the only one that really played the game. They asked Josh too, why did he cry so much? And he said it was to expose how other people were and how he felt at the time. All those tears, Josh, they just weren't necessary. Now, were they? But, you know, if I had to really sit down and think about it, between Paul and Josh, I would have probably, I can't say who I would have picked because your feelings do get involved. So, you know, I take it back. I'm sorry I called everybody a bitter bunch, okay? Because your feelings do get involved. But I would hope that I would settle down enough to make the best decision. But I doubt it, because, you know, I'm a person that holds grudges. And it's just really bad because, you know, a person that holds grudges, you have to let things go. But, you know, Jason isn't the only one. Like, I'm still not over, you know, kneecap syndrome. It's crazy. You know, I need to grow up. And then they showed everyone's diary room clips where every single one of them, with the exception of Cody, said how much they trusted Paul. They had to feel this low. But that's, you know, that's what we had to deal with all season, is that everyone just kept cozying up to Paul. And now they should feel really dumb and stupid about it. I mean, I have no mercy for them. A bunch of idiots, you know. So, you know, at this point, I'm leaning towards, okay, after Jessica's speech, and then I thought, well, maybe when Alex put her key in, she said, I'm voting for the person that stabbed me in the front. Well, you know who that is. That's Paul. So at this point, I was thinking, Paul's gonna win this thing. So at the end of the day, I guess everybody was being bitter and couldn't get over things like I didn't. So they end up voting, Josh wins, 5-4. Vote was very close. They voted for Josh, and he cried like a baby. But this time, he deserved to cry. I mean, it was so good. It was just, I'm an emotional person. He really was shocked, I think, that he was going to win. And I was shocked he was going to win. I was convinced everybody was going to vote for Paul. I felt guilty about it because I didn't want Paul to win. So congratulations, Josh. You did it. It was really good, his reaction. It seemed really sincere and really humble. And Paul, you shouldn't be too upset. You got $50,000. That's enough. And you played a good game. I'm just glad you didn't win it. You know, But good game, Paul. But congratulations, Josh. I mean, at the end of the day, Josh Martinez meatballed his way to a win. Unbelievable. So then, the best thing happened at the very end. It was Cody won America's Favorite Player. Now, I was glad that Paul didn't win, so I was happy for Josh, but I was even more happy that Cody won. I mean, because he was the only one that had any strategy, any game, you know. But it was good to see him win, and Jessica still be there for him at the very end. I mean, these two, they might be the real deal. Who knows? Anyway, make sure to let me know your comments in the subscription box. Do you think I'm being bitter by being glad that Josh won? And be nice with your comments, okay? But I can't wait to the upcoming season for Celebrity Big Brother. This is going to be amazing. I'm definitely going to be there. So hope to see you guys there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos like these. Thanks for watching. See you next season for Celebrity Big Brother. Until then, talk to you next time. Bye.